I wonder how all those cute little fluffy animals I made are going. I bet they're all doing really, really good. And all those silly little humans are just like, dang, Foxy, these are the coolest animals I've ever seen. I'm sure gonna take care of them. Right? Welcome back, interwebs. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Gang, gang! As many of you know, I have been falsely imprisoned over... It's tiny, really. Nothing to be concerned about. Just... Last time I was free, I kind of caused the Big Bang and created the universe. It's fine. We're not worried. Anyways, point being, I made a whole bunch of cute little fuzzy animal possibilities and all of the genetic makeup that exploded out of the not that I did it. I should be clear. I still do not accept my conviction, but if I did do it, I definitely would have made a bunch of really cute animals with big eyes and squishy faces and tiny and fluffy. And let's check on them. Today's video is a recommendation from our Discord from Potentially Unknown called Cutest Extinct Animals You've Never Heard of. It's just a coincidence, I'm sure. What did you do? The original video will be linked below. Please support the original as always. And give some of that likey and subscribey treatment over here. And I won't give you the silent treatment. Not really. This would be a really boring video if I was just like, fuck you, I'm not talking. Anyways, let's go! Very much like her layout. It kind of feels like a collab that she didn't know she was signing up for. Wait, now I sound like a real villain. Oh. Oops. Hey, look! It's an imaginary collab! Yep, that's nothing here, sus. Let's go!
First video in the new place.
Yeah!
If you've been following me on this channel, you know we tend to cover some of the darker sides of nature. Well, maybe not darker, but things that make you definitely lose your appetite. I'd say that recently things have gotten particularly heinous, with the video where I ate the scorpion and the most recent episode of What the Fuck Is This? So, this week we're doing a palate cleanser for you, and especially for my editor Gion, who at this point I've traumatized multiple times.
We can stop that.
No. It's a cozy reset while also staying true to the ambiance of this channel. So, today, you are...
Fun fact, I am my own editor, so the only one I punish is me. Oops. Continue.
Safe to eat your bowl of noodles while I introduce you to some of the cutest extinct animals you've never heard of.
I'll eat them later.
Before we get into it, welcome to my new home. I tried to keep the background similar to the previous one because I did actually like it a lot. And I'm going to give you a little apartment tour at the end of the video if you're interested. Stick around for that. Also, I got my hat back. Hooray. So there's a chance some of you watching are already unsure about the legitimacy of today's topic.
I know she
video on
lost
cute
it.
prehistoric animals seems, 1, a bit subjective, and 2, a bit speculative for a science channel. I'm going to tackle both of these concerns now before we get into the
I didn't know you were a science channel. I'm learning so much about you, Lindsay.
Cute is an opinion, not a fact, which is inherently not science. So, to take care of this, as you might have seen from the community post, I made a survey to determine the top qualities people associate with cuteness. A bit overboard? Maybe, but fuck it, why not? It ended up being a sample size of 4,450.
That's my favorite rule ever.
People, which I'd say is pretty solid. Thank you all for participating. I'm not going to turn this into a stats class because this is literally not the point of the video, but let's just get right into the results. What did you guys say are the traits most associated with cuteness? 30% of you said some variation of fluffy, fuzzy, or soft. About 29% of you said some variation.
I'm fluffy and I'm fuzzy, and one could imagine these tails are pretty soft.
Of big eyes, large eyes. About 16% of you.
They're normal sized. Calm down. Don't make me feel weird about myself, Lindsay. Also, for a collab partner, you're not letting me get a word in. Jeesh.
Said a variation of small, teeny, tiny, little, and 6.9% of you said rat. And the remaining 18% was a mixed bag, like affection.
Some of them said rat? Said what?
Little, and 6.9% of you said rat. And the remaining...
Well, I'm not a fucking rat. Iron Mouse is cute. We've got it on a pie chart. Everybody, we got it on the pie chart now.
18% was a mixed bag, like affectionate, squishability, etc. Lots of other things. But we have a solid name for small, big eyes, fluffy, and round. I also had a bonus question asking what a stereotypically cute animal is. The main ones were definitely cats, dogs, lots of variations of kitten, puppy, red pandas, elephants, capybaras, bunnies, you know, mostly small mammals, with the exception of elephants. But
you're forgetting
I'll get back to that. Actually, axolotl showed up a lot too. And frogs. Should have worn my frog shirt. So, let's say animals with 4 limbs. I'd argue the stereotypical cute animals that we typically think of are tetrapods, have 4 limbs. This can be overruled though, with big eyes, like rock, paper, scissors. Big eyes beats 4 legs. For example, spiders, classic, not cute group. 8 legs, 4 legs too many. But throw some big eyes on it, and suddenly you got a jumping spider on TikTok with 3 million likes. Boom, overruled.
I don't like
snakes,
them though.
0 legs, 4 legs too few. Another classic, not cute group. But you tell me right now that Tino wasn't the cutest little thing on this planet when he was a baby. Boom. Overruled. He's cute now, but when he was a baby, I was changing people's minds about their opinions of snakes. I will say that. I didn't research the psychology of why humans think small animals with big eyes are cute, but I think we can definitely agree that it's because they look like babies and vulnerable little things, and humans like to take care of babies that are vulnerable little things, as well as other animals. We've seen that in countless other species and social animals like us. Of course, watch it not be that reason at all, and I just made myself look like an asshole. That's fine. I'm sticking with it. As for the 4 limbs and fluffiness, maybe because we like creatures that are more similar to us, mammals. That's just a thought. I don't know. Okay, so now we have more of a scientific understanding of what cute is, but we don't know exactly what these prehistoric animals looked like. We have the fossils, and artist reconstructions are a bit speculative in some aspects, but it turns out that under the right conditions,
she's very smart,
exceptionally well-preserved fossils, we can see all the traits on our list in the fossil record. Smoke.
Okay.
Boom, big eyes. Boom. Round. I will show you. And fluffy. I will show you. And also, regardless, I think it's okay to relax and have fun sometimes. We don't have to be so uptight all the time. It's okay to enjoy things and smile and say, we don't know exactly, but we have a good idea, and that's okay, and it's fun to roll with. So, with that being said, allow me to introduce you to a Neuronathus, a small little pterosaur that was alive during the Jurassic.
Wait, no, go back, ma'am. I wasn't ready yet. Like, I understand you guys are apparently naming it a Neuronathus Kitsune, but when I was designing this interpretation of DNA, I designed them after a banana peel. Continue, ma'am.
The Jurassic in what is now Germany. Let me give you a quick recap on what the fuck pterosaurs had going on before we move any further so we're all on the same page. Pterosaurs were flying reptiles that were alive from 210 to 66 million years ago. They lived alongside the dinosaurs, but were not dinosaurs, just closely related to them. A big misconception, as we know. Maybe I should define what a dinosaur is. No, this is already a tangent. I'm not going to do a tangent off of another tangent. I'll save that for another day. Pterosaurs
that's what half my content
vertebrates to ever exist that we know of, and came in a variety of sizes. From the largest that we know of, Quetzalcoatlus, that had something like a 40-foot wingspan, and some of the smallest that we know of, like our little guy today, the Neuronathus hits all of our classic cute characteristics: small, big eyes, round, and fluffy. And I will show you the evidence for each of them. The first fossil of a Neuronathus was found in the Solnhofen limestone of Germany and described in 1923 by paleontologist Ludwig Heinrich Philipp.
Can't get one video in without mogul male showing his fucking face in the goddamn.
Dotterline. Germans, please don't come after me. The fossil was pretty crushed, was not well preserved, but seemed to have had a wingspan of a mere 10 inches long. And that's just the wingspan. Body length-wise, they seem to have been about 3.5 inches long. So, Very teeny. Boom. Small. A second fossil of a Neuronathus found in 2007 had a slightly larger wingspan of about 13 inches. So, still small, still valid. Scientists estimate that a Neuronathus would have weighed about 40 grams, which is less than the weight of a newborn kitten. The second, more well-preserved fossil of a Neuronathus also confirms they had large orbits, or eye sockets. You know what that means? Boom. Big eyes. Also good to know here that large sclerotic rings found in the fossil confirms they had large eyes as well. Those are rings of bone found in the eyes of lots of vertebrate animals, like fish, reptiles, birds. Mammals don't have them. We just don't have them. Oh, also, the skull is delicate and round. Boom. Round. So far we got small, big eyes, round. But how could we possibly know if something was fuzzy from a slab of rock from 150 million years ago? Well, in exceptionally rare cases, soft tissues can be preserved. It's how we know T-Rex likely had lots of feathers covering them as juveniles and kind of grew out of that as they got older. At least that's the last time I researched that.
The fluffy elephant in the room. She's a fuck ton smarter than me, so we all learning today, kids. I just know I made them cute and squishy. Where are they, though? What happened? Ma'am?
As of 2021, that is constantly being researched, so that might have changed. So soft tissue can be preserved in a couple different ways, where essentially the shape of the soft tissues is preserved in the rock. And as far as I know, fossils of a Neuronathus specifically have not been found with that level of preservation, but some of their close relatives have, like Geolopterus, a slightly larger relative in the same family as a Neuronathus. Their family is called a Neuronathidae since a Neuronathus was found first. Geolopterus has similar stuff going on and has an insanely well-preserved fossil. And in 2009, scientists
I'll name them on the fly, baby!
Published a paper breaking down all the kinds of stuff they had going on in their soft tissues, including structures called pycnofibers. Pycnofibers are pterosaur fuzz or fluff. Mammal fluff is hair, bird fluff is feathers, and pterosaur fluff is pycnofibers. Different structures, but fluff nonetheless. And pycnofibers actually seem to have been a universal pterosaur trait, meaning many, if not all of them, had them. So they were likely present at the early stages of the pterosaur lineage, and there are multiple well-preserved pterosaur fossils that have them, like Sortes pilosus, and one published just last year, Tupandalactus, unusual looking to say the least. Dude, some pterosaurs were just fucking flying Picasso paintings. Scientists have gone back and forth on whether or not pycnofibers were actually proto-feathers, which were the early stages of feathers that dinosaurs had, and then eventually modern birds had regular feathers. It's a current debate. Scientists are in a tussle as we speak. So, while Neuronathus fossils haven't been well preserved enough to see if they had pycnofibers, a smart assumption would be that they did have them, since at least many pterosaurs and their close relatives had them. And the Neuronathus fossils do have these little bumps around the mouth, which were possibly some sort of bristles, like whiskers, which is just the cherry on top for cuteness. And of course, each of these traits were actually adaptations that helped them survive, not just winning the award for the most squishable little guy 150 million years ago. Well, actually, who's to say they weren't having squishable contests in the late Jurassic? We can't prove that they didn't. But all of these qualities made them perfectly adapted to hunting insects at night. Big eyes to see in low-light conditions, pycnofibers, possibly for insulation, and muting the sounds of their wings while they're flapping to hide from their prey. Being small, I mean, endless answers, probably helps with maneuverability and taking off in small places and landing in small places compared to Quetzalcoatlus, which, how the fuck, they probably needed a whole fucking landing strip. And so, a Neuronathus most likely lived a lifestyle similar to modern bats and owls. I was initially going to end the video there, just one cute animal. But then I read through the comments on the community post about the survey, and it became very clear to me that many of you are expecting me to talk about the dodo. We got a lot of fans of the dodo, but here's the thing. I made an executive decision to not put the dodo in this video.
So, yeah.
Please let me explain before you do anything. I can already hear the keyboards clicking and clacking. Please, just one moment. I'm going to show you a different extinct animal. The dodo is being talked about a lot right now because they were just put on the de-extinction list by Colossal, who is working on resurrecting the woolly mammoth, the Tasmanian tiger, and now the dodo.
You crazy son of a bitch.
That's a topic I'm already planning on covering, so I want to include them there. So let me show you the next one.
Comment below if you would like me to watch videos, like I can watch them from her or from somebody else, about what the fuck is de-extinction? What? Oh, I'm scared. I do not like this. This seems like a poor idea. Holy shit.
As we know from our survey results, most people think of cute creatures as small, with the exception of elephants. Elephants are very large, and people still think they are very cute. So, I present to you the Sicilian pygmy elephant. Yes, a small elephant that lived in what is now Sicily. Fossil evidence suggests they had a stature like wiener dogs, long torso and short legs, and they had baby features throughout adulthood. But their cuteness is not the most interesting thing about them. It's actually how they became so small. It's because of Sicily. Let me explain what this is. What the Sicilian pygmy elephant evolved from: the straight-tusked elephant, the largest elephant to ever exist that we know of, and the biggest mammal by mass to ever walk the planet that we know of. Of course, not including whales because they don't walk. These elephants were estimated to have gotten to 30,000 pounds. They were so big you could have walked right under one. And they were found all throughout Europe and Asia during the Pleistocene until about 20,000 years ago. If you're familiar with the Pleistocene or saw my Ice Age iceberg video, you might know that during this time sea levels were changing due to drastic fluctuations in climate and glaciers freezing and melting and freezing and melting and freezing and so Italy and Sicily were occasionally connected by a land bridge when sea levels were lower. It seems as though a population of straight-tusked elephants migrated to Sicily over the land bridge and eventually became isolated when sea levels rose and the land bridge disappeared. And they shrunk over a long period of time, but it was relatively quick considering how drastic that change was. From a 14-ton beast to a little guy the size of a Shetland pony. So, why? One explanation that you might be familiar with is called island rule. That essentially says on islands, big animals evolve smaller size and small animals evolve bigger size. Smaller creatures don't have their mainland predators and can control more resources, so they get bigger, and large animals have more limited food, more limited area, so they get small. It's a very loose general trend, meaning it doesn't always happen that way, but enough times for people to be like, coincidence? I think not. Take it however you want to. Some scientists don't really fuck with it, others kind of fuck with it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Regardless of how and why it happened, Sicilian pygmy elephants were just 15% of their ancestors' original body mass. And depending on when they migrated to Sicily, sometime between 175,000 to 50,000 years ago, this could have happened in as little as 40 generations, which is just insane. And so maybe Colossal will add them to the de-extinction list as well. Those are the cute little guys for today. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm gonna give you a little tour of my new apartment. So let's do that now. This is what
if you would like to see the tour apartment, you should check on our original video. It's linked in the description below. Hear me out. I don't fully trust this de-extinction thing, but I want a pygmy elephant. Please? So it turns out my cute banana peel, a little aminal, got squished in the Jurassic period, I guess. So it's kind of a bummer. I'm not gonna lie to you. Comment below if you had a good time. If you'd like to watch the video about the dodos, let me know. And I will see you next time. Bye. Mwah. Gang gang.